Somehow, I found myself in the middle of the ocean on a cruise ship with this happening. But before we get to that, there's a whole story that leads up to it. Join me. In the previous episode, we had docked at Cozumel to go experience the incredible Coco Mama. And if you've not yet watched that episode, I urge you to go see it. It's a pretty amazing tiki bar.
Wow, land!
But before we went to Coco Mama's, we went and got lunch at this really incredible, jungle restaurant. But first we had to get into town and, look at this statue. Isn't that the weirdest statue? It's one of the first things you see when you get to Cozumel. And so we started walking. We got a nice view of our ship, and then Cozumel. Here's kind of downtown area. We found a dune buggy. Look at that. And then we found this sign. What? The D looks like a P. And then went past the Burger King and walked until we finally found this incredible place. Very much tropical, very much kind of jungle aesthetics. They were closed, but they let us in early. But look at the main dining area. It's like Mexico does tiki jungle dining. Oh, it's so incredible. Absolutely beautiful. Certainly rainforest vibes. You kind of expect a monkey to come climbing down that tree to hand you a soda or a cocktail or something.
All right, first drink of the day. First drink of the day sounds so bad.
My buddy Joe had one too. I can't remember if he talked me into it or I talked him into it or who coerced who into the whole deal, but it's essentially a rum and Coca-Cola, Cuba Libre, with the base spirit being the very tasty
Havana Club 3 Año, Coca-Cola y Juego de Limón. Cheers. I mean, that's super good. Super good.
I've had Cuba Libres before and I thought it was a pretty disposable cocktail, but using the Mexican Coca-Cola in a Cuba Libre elevates this classic drink to a whole nother level. It's like the real cane sugar in the Mexican Coke creates a smoother, more natural sweetness compared to the high fructose corn sugar that you find in standard US Coca-Cola. And it really allows the rum's flavors to shine without being stepped on by artificial syrupy taste. They also say that there's stronger carbonation, so the crispness of the Mexican Coke also adds a refreshing bite, which you don't really get out of an American Cuba Libre. But I was watching my time, and unfortunately I had to run. Wait, is that a clown? That was a clown. I was watching my watch, and I was like, dude, I gotta get to what is that thing? I was like, I gotta get to Coco Mama's because they're expecting me at a certain time. So I walked by myself through the streets of Cozumel, wearing a Hawaiian shirt and a sailor's hat, definitely not looking like a tourist at all, until I finally... Are those dolphins? Those are dolphins. Until I finally made it. And again, if you're interested in that part of the story, go back and watch the last episode, all about Coco Mamas. And so after a bunch of cocktails, we walked back to our ship and we set sail. And it was time for dinner. And I don't think I really talked about the dinners too much, but man, the food on this boat was so good. I've never had so many shrimp cocktails. And the waiter was like, you sure you don't want 2 shrimp cocktails? And I was like, yeah, dude, I absolutely want 2 shrimp cocktails. Same thing with dessert. I was like, yeah, give me both desserts. Why not? The next morning, we woke up just off the coast of the Cayman Islands. So we jumped on a tender and headed for the dock. From there, we jumped on a charter bus that was going to take us to the Cayman Islands Distillery.
I'm Raymond, but everybody calls me Papi.
Papi!
All right, big warm welcome again to the Cayman Islands, folks. We have 3 islands to make up the Cayman Islands: Gran Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Little Cayman. And here in Gran Cayman, we have 76 square miles of island and a population of approximately 89,000.
Just from what I saw looking out the window, my impression of Gran Cayman was that it was incredibly clean, brightly colored buildings that had kind of a colonial aesthetic to them. Yeah, it looked like a beautiful island. Short little drive through town, and Poppy dropped us off at Gran Cayman Spirits.
Welcome to the oldest and youngest rum distillery on Cayman Islands.
We're the only one.
We're the only one, yes. All right, so my name is Mishko. If that's too difficult, you can call me Captain Handsome. We started small and humble in 2007. Before that, we had a small brewery. We were making beer out of salty water. After that, We needed a new challenge. Nobody was making rum. Why not us? Now, when we started, we were like moonshiners. This is how we started our company. I know. Real rum made from scratch, real fruits and flavors. We're gonna start this tasting with our pride and joy with one and only 7 Fathom. Now, this is one of the most unique rums in the world. I'm not claiming this is the best rum in the world. Your taste buds are the king. Please never allow anybody to impose their opinion on your taste bud. 7 times 6, it's 42. And that is the depth where we barrel age rum. Nobody else on the planet called Earth is barrel aging rum under sea surface, yet alone 42 feet below. But this is how this beauty is made.
Now, if you didn't get that, let me explain it to you through their mission statement. In rum's golden age, flavor was earned from the sea, in the cool of a cargo hold, imparted a depth and richness that could never be achieved on land. Now that we've reunited with the sea, with trial and time, we've discovered rum's ideal setting, where gentle currents rock 7 Fathoms rum to full-bodied flavor in the depths of the Caribbean. Yeah, essentially they barrel age their rum under the sea.
Should I presume you guys are curious now? Yeah. All right, few of you rest are alcoholics. You win some, you lose some. So this is what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna pour you. You can smell it, sip it, chug it, apply wine tasting techniques, and then I will explain in the meantime why are we doing such a unique thing. Guys, you don't have to finish everything. This is not your grandma's kitchen. I put these dispensers on your tables, and those bottles with water are for you, well, as well now at this point to hydrate and to rinse your tasting cups if you don't want flavors to stand up. All right? Now let's remember how quiet you are before the first shot.
And so the rum tasting began.
Fathom or 60.
Now we are supposed to drink water, right?
And this was just the beginning of many, many more. Oh, hi.
Okay, the coconut rum.
Very fine. It's a trickster. It has 70.
Super good.
It's really good.
7 Fathoms really focused on flavored rums. So we had every damn flavor under the sun.
I like it.
It's good. I wasn't expecting that. It's banana for sure. Try that again. It's good. Once you know it's coming.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
The coconut one, though.
Coconut one.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Spiced rum.
That's really
Like a lot of coffee or...
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all really good, huh? I'm getting dizzy. This is like only the 3rd little tasting or 4th tasting.
Yeah.
And then we have like a tiki bar later.
Yeah. We got another one coming right now, too. The dark rum.
And the tastings just kept coming. Captain Handsome kept pouring more and more and more. We tasted coconut flavor, banana, spiced, gold rums, white rums, dark rums, overproof rums, just non-stop.
This definitely is like maple syrup.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's so good. I wouldn't say that's like a fancy rum, but it is certainly a delicious like dessert drink.
So good. Love this. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna go with a peach.
Peach. Yes, peaches.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It was good. It was good. It was sweet.
It's sweet, but it's like these are all desserts. This is not like fancy pot still Jamaican rum. This is like drinking a dessert. Every single one of them, and it's delicious. Super delicious.
Which is why I love it. Yeah.
And the rum just kept coming and coming and coming. And I kept drinking it.
Cheers, everybody.
All right. Come on, peachy people. Take that virus.
Dude.
Because what do you know about
God, here we go again. Cheers, cheers. Oh, God. Is it good?
Yes.
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yay!
You've had, what, 8 shots? Kinda? Half shots?
Oh, no, they keep giving them to me.
What was your favorite one?
The coconut one.
Coconut one was so good.
Yeah, so good.
I had so many different flavors of rum, I didn't know what to do next. But then the owner approached us, and Ed Hamilton and I were going to have a private tasting of his really, really special stuff.
So I'm here at the Seven Fathoms Distillery. The owner, Walker. Ed Hamilton's hanging out also.
This whole conversation got pretty deep in the nuances of distilling rum on Gran Cayman. We talked about their water, we talked about the different casks, and Walker even let Ed and I bottle our own rum from the Distiller's Select Double Barrel. We were amongst the first ever to sign the logbook. Look at my bottle there, nestled amongst all the corks. That whole conversation and the whole experience will be posted in a separate video for those who are interested in watching it. Now back to our group. We had all loaded back into the vans after seeing the stills. Sorry that I couldn't bring you in there with us, but they didn't want any video recording of their proprietary technology. But then we headed down the road to Seven Fathoms' own seaside tiki bar. And what I walked into still blows my mind.
I'm at Gran Tiki, the only tiki bar in all of the Cayman Islands. Let's check it out. Outside there's a still. Look at that. This is part of the distillery we're just at. Let's come inside. That is wild.
On all of the big screens in this bar were episodes of Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. It was so bizarre being all the way on Gran Cayman seeing my show. The Gran Tiki is a smaller sized tiki bar with a lot of bamboo, ivy, and fake plants, which I really enjoy. I like how they embrace the artificial decor from the faux leis to the playful, kitschy side of tiki. Their tiki carvings and masks lean more towards the Indonesian style rather than the Polynesian aesthetic. The overall atmosphere is bright and beachy. If you're right next to a beautiful body of water, you don't necessarily want a dark, mysterious tiki bar. You want a happy, lively one, and they do a great job of creating that vibe. The drinks were pretty juice heavy. Not that they weren't strong, but they had more of a touristy cocktail feel. One cool feature is that you can get a barrel shot of their rum straight from the barrel for just $8. The bathroom ceiling is covered in microbrew labels, and I believe they host the largest microbrew collection on the island. You can see an entire wall of beers behind our buddies here. I tried a bunch of the cocktails, and especially after all the tasting we already did, but I think the best one that I had was the rum old fashioned because it really highlighted the Seven Fathoms rum the best. And it was cool to see everybody from the cruise all hanging out together. I tell you, when you get on this cruise, you end up becoming really good friends with just the people who are on the cruise. You don't know them before, and here you are, all buddies all of a sudden. It's great. One thing that I thought was pretty special is they serve a lot of their cocktails in tiki mugs. And in fact, they had a giant merch section of tiki mugs. They're mostly geeky tikis, I think, but certainly available for purchase if you are so compelled. It's a nice tourist souvenir. They did give us control of the music while we were there, so it was a pretty heavy stream of High Tide Recordings music with a heavy emphasis on the hula girls. And I was like, come on, man. And while we only discovered it at the very end, I think the star of the bar, I think the highlight of this bar was the outside deck.
Oh, the outside's really nice. Oh, very nice. Yes, thank you. Can we sit out here? No, get back inside. Bless you.
I mean, you're on a tropical island. I've always said that you need tiki bars in places like Indiana and Ohio, not tropical islands. Tropical islands, every bar essentially is a tiki bar. So you don't need dark tiki bars in the tropics. Not when you're right on the ocean anyway.
Hey, look out, look out, look out!
The second that our time was up in there, the music changed abruptly right back to dance music. The girls took a picture together out in front of Gran Tiki, and then it was time to get back to our tender so that we could get a ride to the ship. And it is Jessica's birthday, so we have one last thing that we have to do. Remember those shots at the very beginning of the video? It's time to go deal with those. And if you want to join us next week, we're going to be heading to Jamaica for an unforgettable adventure at Hampton Estate, one of the most historic and revered rum distilleries in the world. And who's joining us? None other than Ed Hamilton. And speaking of that, I've confirmed the celebrity guest for next year's cruise. If you want more information about that, there's a link in the description below. Okay, now back to those shots. What is happening and why are these glasses so ginormous?
You know what? They got something spicy. I find out. It's like Jaeger.
What is this?
I think it's called. Is this a red snapper? A redheaded slut? One of those.
What have you done?
You let us know when. Are you gonna? Oh my god! What did they go?
So good.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Go in.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! You know.
Good night, Jessica.
See you, Jamaica. 8 a.m.
Yes.
Where are you there? I go.
Oh, there you go.
Make something little ribbon. You can
I don't think we did that well.
I didn't do that well.